real life on YouTube.
So hey guys, we are waiting for a few more people to join. So while we are waiting for everyone to join, why don't you guys comment about what you think ESL does or what you think ESL is all about?
Can I also take a shot at it, Samyukta?
Yes.
Okay. ESL is the happening club in the college, and guys, I'm really impressed about what's happening with ESL, and lots of activities have been done and will getting planned for this semester, and more to come. So wait and watch. Over
Hey,
to the
wonderful.
others.
Now that Navadikar is gone first, I've got to go second. First of all, very delighted to be here amongst a bunch of real overachievers, right? For me, ESL stands for E for energy. More than anything else, I think this has been one of the most energetic lot. C is definitely for curiosity. E, I think ESL has demonstrated, the entrepreneurial spirit, meaning it's not just about starting a startup, it's about everything. And, Samyukta was in CIE yesterday talking to Madhukar and me. I mean, just a level of openness to accepting, to say, hey, we'll consider these ideas, right? You don't have to do everything, but that entrepreneurial mindset. And, I don't want to make up stuff for L and L, you guys are smart, you can do. But for me, energy, entrepreneurial thinking, and curiosity marks ESL.
Yes. Thank you so much, sir. And I think even someone in the comment section was also saying about ESL is about. Someone said ESL is about enjoying college life. I think all of this is true. We just wanted to ask you guys because like a few years back, some people were saying that ESL is an electrical cell. We are part of the ECE department, and we wanted to bust all those myths over here. But no, none of you guys actually think of that. So you guys seem to know pretty well what ESL does. And while we would have loved to do this offline and actually meet and connect with all of you, due to the situation, this is what we could go with. Nevertheless, we will try to give you the best possible orientation possible and tell you all about ESL in this virtual mode. And before we begin talking about ESL and just flexing about everything that we do, there are two people here without whom none of this would have been, none of the ventures that we do at ESL would be complete or even as impactful as they are. We have Satya sir and Madhukar sir from CIE, that is the Center for Innovation and Entrepreneurship. They are the backbone of all our ventures. They don't just give us, network and resources, but I think I speak for everyone here at ESL when I say that they are one of the warmest and nicest people we know. Even if you spend 5 minutes in a room with them, you'll walk away feeling super positive and motivated, and you'll just feel like you're actually ready to take on the world. So without further ado, I'd like to ask Satya sir and Madhukar sir to say a few words.
Thank you so much for the kind words. Madhukar, please go first, and then I'll follow you.
And I was just going to say, Satya, after you. Okay. I'll just continue with what I was saying then. So basically, I was really telling the truth when I said, ESL is really the happening club. We've seen it grow in the past 3.5 years that we've started off with CIE. I've seen the numbers earlier and seeing the numbers and the interest. It's not just the numbers, it's the interest and the activities that you guys are doing and the activities all the members are taking part in. That's what's important, And a very live example, I just wanted to, tell you an example. The Cisco Incubator program, for example. It was amazing the kind of, instant response that we got from the members and others in college. I just said, spread this word around about the program, and there it just goes out and next thing happening. We have the college with the highest number of responses, highest number of applications. So that should be talking about how great the ESL is and how active you guys are. So kudos to you and all the very best to you. Lots of interesting programs coming over the semester, and CIE especially is looking forward to involving with you guys and supporting any which way we can. So guys, all the best to you. Satya, over to you.
Great. Thanks, Madhukar. Team, who do we have on this call? And you said YouTube suddenly, looks like there. So who do we have on this call so that our messages can be targeted for them?
So these are all the juniors and the first years and the second years of our college, sir. We even have a few students from third years. So it's students of PES University, sir.
Great. Okay. So first of all, let me tell you, the humble beginnings of at least eCell as I've seen it. I started in 2017 when I left Intel and joined PES to start eCell, and very quickly Madhukar followed. And so, you'll find the two of us hanging out in CIE. I think this is something that we love, right? But it had its very humble beginnings. eCell was there even before I came. But what I saw was, great promise. And initially, we could fit the entire eCell in a small room, like literally 4 or 5 people. This is back in the time of Hardik. But what I saw was a promise of people wanting to come together, wanting to take some idea forward, finding that community spirit, and taking responsibility for doing something out of turn. Let me give you an example. I think it was the year that Devashish was the head of the eCell. They went out to a school in Whitefield, and they, through their entrepreneurial means, right? Meaning they didn't ask for funds from college, or they did their own thing, gathered money, bought pencils, books, stationery, went to this school, government school in thing, and they did it in a very low-key way. They didn't tom it, but they went and made an impact. And that, I think, signifies, and since then I can give you many examples. This is just one example where entrepreneurship is not so much about making money. If you open Economic Times, you open Times of India, when you go to that page, it's like, oh, somebody raised $10 million, $20 million, 300, they are a unicorn. All that will follow, and that is important. The first aspect of entrepreneurship is to identify opportunities and ideas, transform them into value for others. And when you do so very successfully, you can also appropriate some of that, right? So what I'm hoping this eCell will do, and since then, since the time of 2017, 2018, the eCell has grown in leaps and bounds. We now have a very strong eCell, and I've been to several other colleges, including IIT Bombay, IIT Madras, where they have very good, strong cells. But I think PES has some very unique set of things, lots of energy, lots of good people, and you should please stop by. Just go to the CIE website and you'll see the numbers. Let the numbers do the talking, right? Rather than me and Madhukar say. So we've had some amazing things on technology, a couple of international papers, 4 out of 10 universities, and this is against the top universities. 4 out of 10 are from PES and 3 out of the 4 are from CIE. So some amazing things have happened because of the grassroots efforts of students and eCell. You're all leaders in your own definition. Don't let anybody define you. You should define yourself. If you feel that eCell or CIE is not doing enough, come talk to your student leaders, propose some ideas, just say, hi, I'd like to drive this initiative. There are no rules. The only rule is, we don't break some key things, ethics, integrity, honesty, but otherwise it's an unbounded thing. You can do whatever you want within the bounds of reason and logic. So you might be interested in painting. Maybe we're not doing anything in that, right? Organize a painting arts gallery, right? So I welcome all of you. Don't be constrained by what we define. eCell is something that you define, right? Madhukar and I are only here to support you. The leadership of eCell is only here to support you, but strike out on your own path, define what it is that you want to do, tell others, get them on board, build an even stronger community. And like as somebody said, you should have fun. These are the best 4 years of your life. Yeah, this online thing sucks. Yeah, I'll be the first to admit. I would have loved, like as Samyukta said, would have loved to have met you, and we'll do that. Good times are always around the corner. We will definitely have you guys. But I know you guys are some of the most resilient lot. I know you guys have been through a lot. And if you can survive this, then I can guarantee you'll survive anything else in life. But be that as it may, good times will come. You guys are a very resilient lot. So make the best use of it. Have fun. Make really, and I'm not saying this as a cliche, go change the world. And I think eCell is the platform that helps you to do it. And if you're not doing enough, please come and have a chat with us. We'll be happy to help. Thank you so much. And the very best wishes to you. CI is always there for eCell.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah. Sachit, I think you can.
Sachit.
And Kapasi, I think can share your screen also.
Wonderful. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to PES eCell's orientation for this year. I am Sachit Prasanna, co-head of the PES Entrepreneurship Cell. And before I start off, I'd like to say that none of this would have been possible without the CIE support. And as the club's parent body, they help us out with everything we need, be it a workspace or networks or any kind of support whatsoever. And it's all thanks to the backing that we get from Satya sir and Madhukar sir. Okay, so coming to the club itself, the entrepreneurship cell is not all about business and products and stocks and marketing and all that. Yes, those things do exist, but we don't limit ourselves to just that, because we're not like any other resell out there. We look to build character, because what makes an entrepreneur is knowing how to sell yourself. And don't get me wrong, I don't mean human trafficking here. When I say sell yourself, I mean show me what you can bring to the table. What is your skill set? What talents do you possess? And can you survive in a pressure situation that's thrown at you? If you think you have what it takes, then eCell is the perfect place for you to hone those skills. And if you don't think you have it in you, then eCell is the best place to start. Now let's look at the structure of the club. The club is structured in the following manner. We have an inner circle of 40 to 50 super active members. And this is the main group of mad lads that are, that work towards eCell's goals. And apart from this, there is the community, which is an extended part of the club. So these guys will gain special access to anything that we organize, be it webinars or intra-club events. Or if we need something that's beyond the inner circle's hands, we usually go to the community, because we want to give them that opportunity, because they're a part of us as well. And to clear any confusion, if you get through our recruitments, you will be a member of the inner circle. But more about that later. So let's look at the things we do at eCell. So one of the things here is intra-eCell events, which is basically events that are conducted among our own members. So these help you learn new things and build networks and things like that. So a few examples for this. One of them is Brand Wars, which was an event in which two teams are given brands that are two sides of the same coin, like Domino's and Pizza Hut. And they need to convince us why their brand is better. We also had Scribe, which was a blog writing contest, and it saw the best entry get published on our website. Apart from this, we've also had numerous webinars for our members, and in addition to that, we organize sessions called The Selling Point, where one of our own members comes forward to teach you something that they know that you may not know. Sometimes the selling point is just an excuse for us to hang out, and we could end up playing games or just chatting for hours together, and it's wonderful stress relief. One of those sessions actually saw us start at 8 p.m. and we went on and on till 5 a.m. But yeah, it's all a wonderful experience for y'all, and I'm sure you'll love it. I will now hand it over to Samyukta, my co-head at eCell, and she will be telling you about some really big events that we've conducted here. Take it away, Sam.
So thanks, Sachit. I'm Samyukta Mahesh. I'm the co-head of eCell with Sachit and Om, and I'll be telling you about the events that we do here. While we do have so many other ventures going on at eCell, events are like a medium for ESL to not only show up potential to everyone and make sure that the participants get the best possible experience, it's also for a way for ESL members itself to come together and learn so many soft skills like coordination, communication skills, crisis management, and even how to handle pressure. Like sometimes there's so many things going on in the back end, but you still have to put on a good face, smile at the participants, and say like, "Oh yeah, everything is going amazing. Please enjoy the event." So yeah, each event has taught us something different to take with us and enhanced a different type of skill set. So let's look at a few of the events. This is just the tip of the iceberg of all the events we have had here. So first is we've had Decipher. So Decipher was a 48-hour hackathon, and it was not just for technical ideas. We opened it up to all possible ideas out there. And Decipher took place in the first lockdown, when all other clubs and actually the entire world was taking time to get used to the pandemic. ESL just pulled out all its cards, and with the help of CIE, we organized our first ever online event with more than 250 participants and 22 industry level mentors who were either CEOs or founders of their own companies, and they mentored the teams virtually on Discord. The next slide. Yeah, after that we have TLOS. So TLOS, or the last one standing, it was so popular that now we made it as an annual event, and it has been happening for 2 consecutive years. It's a dynamic all-round development competition which focuses on so many soft skills like communication, presentation skills, marketing skills, and even time management. And what happens is at every level, people keep getting eliminated until there's just the last team standing. And last year we gave prizes worth 30,000 rupees out. And in the TLOS 1, we had CS Sandosh, who is an Indian off-road motorcycle racer. And he spoke about how important, soft skills are, even in a profession like motorcycle racing. And another major thing that we noticed was about how TLOS 1 and 2 were so different for the organizing team. Since it's elimination based, its judgment happens at one round and it has to go on to the next one, right? You have to eliminate and then go on to the next one. So the backend was kind of chaotic in TLOS 1, and it tested so much of the organizational teams, multitasking abilities, and organizational skills. But the good thing to note here was that in TLOS 2, it was a flip side. The organizing team was so peaceful and we were all so chilled out, and there was absolutely no chaos. This is because after an event is over, we always take feedback from the participants as well as we reflect upon our own shortcomings, and we actually list down all the learnings. So when we say that we learn from each event and enhance our skill sets, we actually mean it. And after that, we have eSummit. So the eSummit is one of our biggest annual events, and it's a nationwide event, with 700 plus attendees, and we did not restrict it to just PES University. It's an amalgamation of speaker sessions, workshops, webinars, panel discussions, and we also had something called Launchpad, which was a startup cum internship fair. And here startups came, they spoke to the attendees about their story, about how they started out, their learnings, and sometimes they even offered internships to interested and talented students. We also had the ex-CFO of Microsoft India's research and development team as one of our speakers, and we had numerous other founders as part of our speaker sessions and panel discussions. We also had webinars about how to build your resume and portfolio, and it was one of our biggest events, and we are definitely looking forward to hosting one soon. And after that, yes, we have crisis bidding. So this was our first offline event after 2 years, and the participants were given placards and they could raise their bids to secure assets that could help their company's network. And we loved this purely because of how much we could connect to our participants because it was offline, and we had so much fun organizing it and talking to you guys and everything. And we also had an insightful speaker session on disruptive innovation from Sanjay Bhargava. And he's a Starlink country director at SpaceX, and he was also in PayPal. So these are the 4 events that we have organized till now. And let's move on to the domains now. So, these domains are the ones who make sure that all the ESL events, social media, website, and actually all the ventures that ESL does, they are the domain who make sure they're as impactful as it is. So before each domain tells you about what they do, I want all of you to know that all the domains are extremely flexible. We have had events where the content team was designing posters, the marketing team was doing, content and research, and, especially 2 days before the event, all domains are doing every other domain's work as well. So, I just want to let you guys know that it is quite flexible and you can be in more than one domain. And you should know that ESL gives you as much back as you put into the club. So, the more domains you're part of, the more efforts that you put in, you will build a better network, you will build more soft skills, and, you'll build better connections. And now I'll give it to Medha and Mani, the co-heads of content domain, who will take it further from here.
Good evening. I'm Medha from the content team. If I were to give you a lecture now about how you shouldn't share your CVV number with strangers, many people might just zone out. And hey, no judgment here. But if instead you saw this creative meme, well, it's safe to say that the Mumbai police got their point across. So many WhatsApp forwards that we scroll through every day. But then there's the few that get us thinking. Our phones are buzzing with notifications. Yet somehow the Zomato notifications manage to capture our attention just a little longer. What we see today is a content driven world where, right from the biggest brands to small businesses, everyone brings their A game. Content has the power to create real connections with your audience and is the backbone of every event in the e-cell. In this domain, you will not only understand how to transform plain information into impactful quality material, but in the process also learn how to present yourself, communicate better, and express yourself creatively. My favorite part of content is how everything that I put out has a piece of myself in it. And you're not delivering just words, but a whole experience that resonates with people. And hey, in the content domain, there is no room for guilt over social media binging. We always appreciate you knowing the trends and your audience because you never know when inspiration will strike. Over to Mani, who will now tell you what we do in the content domain.
Hey guys, I'm Mani from the content domain. So the ECEL is the birthplace of some of the best, no, actually the best events on campus. And it's the content team's job to hype the participants up and also to create all content that goes with any event, like event workflows and reports. All of this means that content team basically shapes and molds the participants' experience in any ECEL event. It is also the content team that does work on the social media pages, obviously, as well as managing extracellular events like Basecamp, Cisco Thinkubator, and the CIE newsletter, all of which means your writing skills get broadcasted to a huge campus-wide audience. And now I'd like to throw the spotlight over to the research team.
Good evening, everyone.
So hey everyone, my name is Rahul and I co-head the research domain with Pradyut as well as Matangi. So before we start off, you guys heard that phenol helps cure COVID. I also happen to hear that India is now richer than China and that New York Times is being bought out by Times of India. Well, most of what I said is bullshit and it's fake news, but this would appear to be fact if you hadn't done your own research. What do you have to say about this, Pradyut?
Research expands your knowledge base, gives you the latest information, helps you know what you're up against, builds your credibility, and helps with problem solving. Being a researcher keeps you on your toes and updated with all the relevant skills, news, and events across the world. To add to that, being a researcher definitely adds immense value to your resume. Here at the eCell, every move that we make is very well researched by a team of super dedicated individuals.
Hey, now over to the fun part. What will you be getting out of this? So, do you spend hours on Instagram just browsing through reels and knowing every reel song that exists? Well, put that to use and help us analyze social media patterns, marketing strategies, which audio is currently popping off, and base our content off of it. From discussing business plans to helping any teams with necessary tools to bring their ideas forward, research does it all. Well, you also get some authority here. Being a part of the domain helps you be more financially literate, find the right stocks to invest in, crypto, and who knows, even make money. Personally, being a part of research helped me in my journey in founding my startup, which won Cisco Thinkubator. So if you've researched us well enough, this is where you'll find yourself wanting to be. Over to design.
Hey, good evening. I'm Lokesh and I co-head the design domain with Ren and Ishan. Design is intelligence made visible. It is the silent ambassador of your brand. Each and every single interaction between the public and the club is through the gateway of design. The domain determines how the club is perceived through events, the posts, the stories, the videos, the logos, the posters for coming events. I mean, basically, the brand of eCell is handled by the design team. Now, what do you learn by design domain? Ren, take it over.
Now, if you couldn't already tell, you can learn a lot from design.
Ren?
Being part of design will help you learn how to think creatively And design thinking will help you look at every situation just a little bit differently. You will learn how to accept critique in everything that you do, take feedback and use it to really refine your own work. And once you understand the importance of design, you will learn how to really stand out and catch people's attention just a little bit more, because it's all about presentation. And speaking of which, your presentation skills become versatile and you can really perfect how other people see you. As a face of eCell, you will have the creative confidence and the freedom to put out work which you will be proud of at the end of the day. I mean, I was guided by my seniors and I can't wait to guide all the new recruits. Over to marketing.
Hi guys. So some of you might have come here thinking that e-sell and marketing are all interchangeable words. Well, yes, you are right to a good extent. But by textbook definition, let's see what marketing is. Marketing is the art of promoting and selling products, services, or many a times even yourself, as such is mentioned. As many of you guys may have already figured, e-sell and marketing go hand in hand, and you being a part of this domain will be involving yourself in almost every venture of this club. Hi guys, I'm Rudransh Kulkarni and I'm the head of the marketing domain. So what do we do in this domain? Being one of the keystone domains of this club, we work on a number of things. We work in rigorous contacting and bringing in sponsors for events. We work in bringing in speakers and other reputed people to speak for or judge our events. We strive hard to hype up our events and bring in as much reach as possible. And in general, we grow the brand of eSell to newer heights. Well, that's all fine, but what does this mean to you? What are you going to get out of all this? So this domain brings you more benefit to your personal and professional life than you can imagine. Your public speaking skills, confidence, persistence, and more such qualities will see a huge improvement while you're here. You can also build your network with all the new and different people you'll be working with. And for the people who know, a good network is everything. Some would also go as far as to say your network is equal to your net worth. These are not all. There are many more benefits that you will realize at your time here. But for now, I hope I've marketed marketing well for you. See you on the other side. Thank you. On to the tech domain.
Hi guys, this is Amritesh, the head of tech in eCell. So talking about tech, in eCell, you get introduced to a lot of technical aspects related to events or in general as well. It can be as simple as setting up Discord to building a website that goes on into production, used by thousands of people during the event. Your day-to-day responsibility will include working on websites, learning as much as possible, and see how this tech can be useful in different events and each and everyday life. The work might be spontaneous sometimes, but it will definitely be fun. Now, moving on to logistics team.
Hey guys, I'm Ayush from co-head of logs. What do you think logistics does? I'll tell you. We manage all the operations happening inside the cell. We're involved in all events, starting from pre-prep, planning, on-event crisis management, and all post-event activities. Also, the most sought after feature as a member of logs is that you'll get to bunk the most amount of, I'm joking. Of course, I'm joking. You'll get to have the most amount of fun. If you join logs, you'll be handling all operations of social media of the most happening club of PES. As a self-proclaimed leader of Scribble.io and Draw Battle, I can teach you some personal skills also. We act as the backbone of the cell and make sure all the operations of the cell run smoothly. Chaitra will tell you what you learn from logs.
Hey guys, I'm Chaitra, co-head of logistics. One major thing that you'll get to learn from logistics is time management. You'll also learn to take initiative and think on your feet. You'll also get to coordinate between different domains and learn crisis management. And since logistics handles all the back-end work of the club, you learn communication skills and eventually build a strong network for yourselves. Logs will definitely help you hone those soft skills required to perfectly nail those corporate interviews. So if you're somebody looking to become a complete all-rounder and learn some organizational skills, logistics is definitely the domain to look out for. Over to Om.
Thank you, Chaitra. Yeah, so hi guys, that sums almost all the domains in eCell. And I'm Om Asmate, co-head of eCell. As I know, you guys have been very excited about the domains and all, but we have a few more interesting things in store for you guys. And the first one is webinars. So we had a lot of webinars which covered from the topic of profile building, career management, building your resume, open discussions about career management, finance, startups, even bringing all the ideas into reality, innovation, and also how to turn your passions to profits. And a lot of these webinars are exclusive for ESL members. And as discussed earlier by Sachit, we are also going to add workshops to our ceiling point, and where we will be teaching you new skills like designing, presentation skills, which will overall help you develop yourselves. So, next slide. Now let's talk about the ventures. These are just a few ventures that we have stated on the slide. And the first one we'll talk about is the Thinkubator. So the Thinkubator was a collaboration between Cisco and the NASCOM Foundation. It was a network of all the maker spaces in our universities, which came at one place to turn all their ideas into working prototypes and established startups. This was almost around 5 to 6 months competition, and out of which 4 teams from PS University made it into top 10 and received 5 lakh rupees seed funding, and out of which 3 teams were from ESL. This whole venture was led by ESL team under the guidance of CIE, and as Madhukar sir mentioned, we had the highest number of submissions in the whole country. So moving on, we have the base camp. This is a beginner's course on entrepreneurship for the first year students. This course is completely curated by ESL members, and it's the best way to shape you and help you get into the world of entrepreneurship. This course will not just help you build your profile, but also will help you gain all the soft skills, and which obviously will be handy for you in any interview. This course overall consists around 10 modules, and it will be taught by your seniors that are we like ESL members. As this will be an interactive course, you will be able to network and learn a lot from your seniors, and to be honest, gain the most out of it. And at last, we have a very exciting news for you guys. From today onwards, eCell will be acting as an incubator to support all the student entrepreneurs. We'll be helping all the students in the early stage of their ideas, help them shape their ideas, guide them how to bring their idea into a full-fledged startup. Um, for this venture, we will be working hand in hand with CIE and help you get the best mentors and industry experts for your idea. And we will surely keep you updated about all these ventures, and I hope to see you guys there. Now, moving on, we will talk about the brands which attract a lot of students. So let's talk about the brands that eCell and our members have worked with. So we had many members working with Red Bull, OnePlus, Brewhouse, My Captain, ISEC, even Plan B as their student brand managers. We had members working as their marketing manager for DriveZ, Pyramid, 2180, and a lot of brands. We had, as Samyukta mentioned during eSummit, we had Launchpad, and there were a few companies and brands which came on board, like Your Story, the Vimana, the Global Student, Narkha, CoachEd. They came in and offered student internships and showcased what exactly the startup is to everyone. We collaborated with SpaceX and Cisco for few of their ventures, and had the industry experts and speakers share the knowledge, which gave a lot of insights to the students. And along with this, we have a long list that runs for the brands that eCell has worked with. And we have a lot more brands coming in that we'll be collaborating with. Sachin?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the part you all have been waiting for, recruitments. Here's what's going to happen. In a few minutes, we'll be releasing a Google form that you must fill to apply for recruitments. And we'll be shortlisting who moves on from there to the first round. This form will close by Friday evening, 5 p.m. And all of you need to keep an eye on your mails and our Instagram page for any further updates. The shortlisted names will move on to the first 2 rounds, which will be held on 22nd, that is Saturday afternoon onwards. And Discord is going to be our platform. You will all be going through a GD, that is a group discussion, and then a personal interview of roughly 1 minute. based on these two rounds, we'll be deciding who moves on to the next round. That is the final interview, which will be happening one by one throughout the next week. That schedule will be informed to you later, again via email and our Instagram page. So make sure to keep an eye on that. I know. Gee, how long will this guy talk, bro? Tell us who won those Instagram challenges already. Calm down, guys. I'm getting there. The winners of our challenges will be moving straight into the second round on Saturday. That is the personal interview round, which means you will be skipping the GD. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I give you the winners of our Instagram challenges. So the first challenge was won by Overshrees. The second challenge was won by Tuhi Banerjee, and the third challenge was won by Saik Nilesha. Um, so congrats, guys. We will be hitting you up soon for any clarifications. The Google form is now open, and you can access it from the QR code that is displayed on right now on our screen, or you can access it from the link that's on our Instagram bio. We will now be taking any questions that you guys have.
I think already one question came in the chat, right? That how is CIE different from ESL? So I think we'll look towards answering this question first. So CIE is a department. CIE is called the Center for Innovation and Entrepreneurship, and it's a whole department in college. Whereas ESL is a student body, it's a student club, and ESL is a student body of the parent body CIE. So that's how it works. And we are more of students leading the club. We have a club of members, whereas CIE is a department which has ventures of their own, and most of the times we collaborate for all our ventures. So that's how it works. The CIE offers courses called L1, L2, which you can take only in your second and third years. But in your first years, you can join ESL so that we shape you to join CIE maybe in the future. That's how it works.
Okay, so another question that I see is who makes it to the community? As I was saying earlier, the community is an extended part of ESL. So the inner circle members are the ones that get through all rounds of recruitments, and those who don't but still feel like they are interested in the club in multiple ways can still be a part of the community. So if we have anything that's of interest to you guys, like events or webinars, sometimes we make it exclusive to ESL members, and usually the community is in on that.
Okay, so we have two more questions. The next question is, in the form, do we get to choose our preferred domain?
Okay,
No,
so
as
you
we were
actually
discussing, and okay, sorry, I will take this up. So, as Samyukta was telling, you can be a part of different domains. We will be letting you know about the domains once you are into ESL. Um, you won't have a preference as such in the Google form, but we'll be asking you questions regarding your interested domains as well.
Yeah,
Okay.
and no, one more thing, and like we said, since the domains are flexible, even after joining ESL, you can maybe change your domain. You can be part of more than one domain and everything. So I'm just adding to what Om said. And yeah, I think one more question came, right,
Yeah.
about how.
So ESL welcomes all departments, right? Like you guys are okay with people from law trying out ESL?
Yes, we are definitely
Absolutely.
okay with. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Uh,
No, okay, so no, one more thing. We had someone from the law department in our top 10 in our core team. So we are not only okay with welcoming people from all departments, we will let you shine. We will make sure that you are the flag holder of ESL in your community. And yes, everyone is welcome to apply.
okay. Another question I'm getting a lot is, what about, can students from the first years be a part of the inner circle?
Okay, I will take this up. As I was saying, anyone who gets through all rounds of recruitments, which means if you make it to the final round and if we say you are selected in ESL, that means you are a part of the inner circle. Those who do not make it through to all the rounds, those guys will be a part of the community if they wish to, and they'll get exclusive access to the things that we organize for them. But if you make it through recruitments, you are a part of the inner circle automatically. Don't worry.
Okay. How many people get selected for each domain, and how many are getting selected in general?
Okay, we won't be disclosing the number as such right now, and as we said that we are flexible for the domains, we don't have any specific number in our mind for the domain.
Yes.
Okay. Then another commenter says, I personally do not have any experience with presentation, public speaking, etc. And are they in any way a prerequisite for joining ESL?
Okay, I think I'll take this up. So, fun fact, when I joined ESL, actually, before I joined ESL, my first event in college, I was too scared to even sit for the interview. So, definitely saying public speaking, communication, all those were definitely not on my skill set. But still, ESL saw that I had at least the energy in me and the dedication, and that's why they took me. So, when we say that you need anything or any prerequisite to come into the club, all we say is that have the energy, have that, like we'll always see is, I don't know how to put this in the right way, but we'll just be looking for energetic people, people who have the dedication to come into ESL, actually learn, enhance their learning curves and all that. We don't see anything else while you guys get into it. Even when you attend the interview, all the questions that we'll be putting you with will kind of be in the same lines.
Okay. The next
And yeah, look at where she came from. Look at her now. She's the head of ESL now.
Alright, so next thing is, what is difference of opportunities for participation for community members and co-members? So basically, what are the difference between core members and community members?
Community members will get exclusive access to events that we organize, but will not get to organize those events. That job is only for the inner circle. So the inner circle will be doing anything related to organizing things. And when I say that community members will get exclusive access to things, we are not going to be giving okay, how do I put this? The inner circle members will obviously be getting way more priority than the community members because they went through those recruitments and they made it. But like when we organize something that is open to public, the community members are the first ones to get that priority. And after that comes the rest of the college.
Okay.
In addition to that, I'd like to add one thing. Any sort of webinars, any seminars that we're going to be conducting, the community members are open to attend these particular events as well.
Okay, then we have some people want extra information about the bootcamp. So one person asked, is there any more information about the bootcamp and how can I apply? And another commenter asked, yeah, they just asked basically more on the bootcamp, more information regarding the bootcamp.
So it's Basecamp, and we'll be announcing the details for the Basecamp soon. You can stay tuned to our page. We'll be letting all the information out on the page itself, and you will be applying to this through a Google form itself. And if you want more details regarding it, you can contact any one of us. We will let you know about it. Or else you can either DM the page also.
Okay, then we have, will we get a chance to join in second year if we don't get a chance this time? If we don't get through this time?
Yes, I think even final years are welcome to join. Anyone studying in PES, you can always join. And whatever time you have in ESL, we'll try to make it the best that we can.
Okay. Then we have some questions regarding the recruitment. So are the last two rounds going to be like stress interviews?
We won't be disclosing that.
We won't be disclosing anything apart from the first two rounds. So get through what happens on Saturday, and then we'll tell you what's happening after that. Yeah.
So we have few.
Yeah.
more.
Also, no. Actually, just one more thing, guys. We'll be putting the mail out as on who is getting selected for GD only by Friday night. So just keep a lookout on your mail, because Saturday evening or the afternoon is going to be the GDs. So do keep a lookout in your mail by Friday night, because that's when we'll be sending all the mails out about selection.
Okay. Then there are more questions about recruitment, like what skill set are required to join ESL, I think you've already
Okay,
answered that, right?
absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Uh,
Okay. So people generally want to know more about the recruitment process. Some of them are asking any tips and tricks from the experts in cracking the recruitment rounds. Some people are asking, can you brief us more about the group discussion? And around what time will the process for everything start on Saturday afternoon?
Okay, when it comes to the group discussion, guys, it is literally what you call it. It's a group discussion. You sit in a group and you discuss something, right? And we will be judging you based on how many relevant points you put out and things like that. But like the judging criteria in general, I don't think we'll be telling you everything right now. So once you guys show up, we'll tell you everything about it.
Yes, and you guys are asking about tips, right? Just be yourself. I think that's what ESL looks towards. If you guys are purely yourself, we will know where your interests lie. We will know that your intention to join ESL is actually pure, and we'll definitely take you on board. So don't stress too much about tips or anything like that.
Also, if you guys try too hard to butter us up while we're judging you, we will know because we've done this already. We've been on both sides of that coin, so we know.
Okay, then we have what kind of topics would be asked in the GD?
It's going to
Okay,
be all the
you'll find
children.
out. You'll find out when you show up at the GD.
Okay. Then another question is, on what basis do we get selected for the GD?
So you have a QR code being displayed on the screen now, right? So just scan it, fill the Google form to the best of your ability, and we'll be selecting you for the GD based on that.
Okay, regarding the Google form, actually, we have a question. So in the Google form, there is an option to tell us about yourself. What's that on? I mean, on what do we have to express over ourselves?
We want to know about how you are and what you want to let us know before joining
That's
ESL.
that's very dependent on you. What
Yeah,
you
it
think is
depends on you.
what you think is important. Tell us that about yourself.
Okay. Then are recruitments going to happen again this year, or is this the last one for this year?
This is the only recruitment session we'll be having this year. But if you are a part of community and we are looking out for some specific skill set, that's where the community members get the opportunity. So, yeah.
Yeah, and sometimes, like the community members are very active and we actually take them on board. If you guys are more active and all, and we have a little bit of an opening in the inner circle, we'll be taking you guys on board first.
Okay, then we have, I'm one of the winners of the challenges. So which round do I skip and which one would be my first round?
You will be skipping the GD, and your first round is going to be the 1 minute interview that happens right after the GD. So it'll be on Saturday itself. Don't worry, we will DM you guys as well on Instagram, and we'll be taking all your details. But I suggest fill up the form. Okay, just fill up the form as well. But we will be DMing you guys, and we'll be taking your details as well. Yeah.
Okay, then what ventures are currently active in ESL?
So we have a lot of ventures to name for, but as I said, like from today onwards, we'll be acting as an incubator. We are going to have Basecamp. We already are in collaboration with CIE for a few projects as well, which we won't be disclosing in the orientation. But if you are in Inner Circle, we will be letting you know about that.
Okay, then we have, so the ones who don't make it to the core team will automatically be part of the community circle, right? And they can attend all the webinars.
Not all the webinars, but the webinars that are open for community, because a lot of webinars are exclusive for ESL Inner Circle members.
How can a CS student benefit from this?
For that matter, anyone can benefit from it. Yeah, take Amritesh as an example. Go for it, Amritesh.
So when we talk about ESL, it's not about marketing or anything as such. You're talking about entrepreneurship, and a lot of entrepreneurial things that you do involves tech as well. So it's not about just opening at one part of your opening and learning one part of skills. It's about learning tech, but at the same time, like, representing your tech as well in this domain. So you get to pitch your tech, you get to pitch your ideas. Those are something that you should learn, and that should be learned by anyone. It's not about only CS skills. It's not about branch restricted. You can learn anything. So you'll get a lot of exposure at the end of the day. So yeah.
To add
Yeah,
on
and
to
adding,
Amritesh, I would like to say that okay, just imagine you are a guy who has mad coding skills, and they go and sit in an interview, but they lack in soft skills, in short, and they won't be able to convey what exactly they have learned. They can give into the company, and in short, kind of sell yourself in an interview, where and by joining ESL, you might be able to learn a lot of it. And along with having some extraordinary coding skills, you will have an extraordinary interview skills also. So soft skills. So obviously, it will come handy for you even if you're a CS guy or any other department. Still.
Okay, a lot of people are saying that they have other events over the weekend, so hopefully the timings won't clash, and if they clash, where do they go from there?
Okay, so we won't be having any event on Sunday, any recruitment process on Sunday, as we have noted that there are two events that are coming on Sunday. So you guys don't need to worry about it. We'll be having the GD on Saturday. We will let you know about all the timings and the details via mail. So just make sure you fill the form and wait for our mail.
Okay. Then we have a lot of people asking if there are any prerequisites, if any form of prerequisites, that is extensive knowledge on business, or if they need a business idea.
No,
Okay.
absolutely not.
All right.
yeah, so ESL is just one more thing. ESL is not just about entrepreneurship. It's also about the skill set that comes with it. So you don't have to have an idea to join ESL at all. I mean, not all of us are entrepreneurs. We just have those skill sets in us. So do keep in mind that you do not need any business idea to join ESL at all.
Okay. Uh, so then there's one question I think I missed a while ago. That is ESL, is this recruitment process also open for EC campus?
No, this is not for other campuses. This is just for our campus. The EC campus have their own entrepreneurship cell. Please do reach out to them. If you guys want link for their Instagram profile, just DM us. We'll let you know.
Yeah, it's called the PES Entrepreneurship Club and not PES ESL. So you guys can go and check that out on Insta.
Okay, so how is joining ESL different from receiving similar knowledge externally?
So in ESL, we actually help you cultivate it, right? So there's not many organizations, or even if you take a course, you're going to learn a lot about marketing. But where you're going to market, or where you're going to put all that learnings and energy to? ESL is a place where we teach you to apply all of those things as well. Like when we talked about events or ventures, like in events, at that time, basically we'll be acting on real time, and when a crisis comes or when an issue comes, we will have to face it at that time so that our participants get the best possible experience. So you will learn not just to handle pressure and all of those, you will actually be able to apply them as well. So that's what ESL does. And ESL will also help you build a huge network with like-minded people. So that also comes in handy.
And adding on to that, I would say one major part where ESL comes is network. Um, Network helps a lot in your college life. I'm pretty sure the students who are already in second year, they would have known the value of network. So if you are in ESL, you would have a great network. I would say one of the best networks in whole college.
Okay. Then we have, can you please repeat until when the form is open? And also, is the recruitment only for inner circle or for the community as well? And if it's for the community, how do you join the community?
Okay, so I think you can see it on the screen as well. It's open till 21st January 5 p.m. as in day after 5 p.m. And so this is to join the inner circle. So what you guys are filling it for is to join the inner circle eventually. And if you don't get into the inner circle, you will be a part of the community automatically, right? And also, if you do want to be a part of our Discord server, there is a link in that for our link. Like you can just scan this and you can join the Discord server.
Yeah, coming to the Discord server, people are asking what would be the platform for GD. So
Discord.
The whole recruitment process will be on Discord.
Oh yeah, I think there was another question as well which I missed, which is the entire recruitment process will be offline or online? Well, I
Online.
think you
Online.
answered that now. Yeah.
Online on Discord.
Online. Yeah, we can't do anything offline right now. Sorry, guys.
Also, guys, I think in like 5 minutes we can close it, and we will be putting out a question sticker. Oh, I think it's stuck.
No, you're good. Okay. So yeah, I think any other questions can be either DM'd us on Instagram or we'll put out a sticker on our story. I think they can also email us. Yeah, sounds good.
Yep.
Guys, just one recurrent question has been coming in. I'm sorry, Ren. How will the groups be made for GD? Guys, all the details about GD will be sent either through the mail that you'll receive or on the day of GD. Don't worry, it's not subject oriented. That's all we can say for now. A lot of people asking what subjects do we need to learn for the GD. Guys,
You have to use your intuition.
We
at
will
the
be
thing.
sending out FAQs on Instagram.
Just put it
soon.
there.
Yeah, so don't worry about it. Okay.
Yeah, also, there's nothing, so like basically it's all going to be just very general knowledge. You don't have to know too much about the GD topics. GD topics are going to test very basic knowledge. So it's kind of okay.
One person's asking if you can join as a team.
No.
Okay, I want to answer that question. I'd suggest you take up CIE L1 and L2 since you already have a good idea and you want to join as a team. You can apply as individuals for ESL, but as a team, you can do a really good job if you take up CIE L1 and L2.
Yes. Also, if you do have an idea, you can always reach out to us. Like Om said, we'll be acting as an incubator. So you can always reach out to us, and we'll help you build your ideas like that as well. So that's another way you can be a part of us. And all this will come eventually we've not opened up as an incubator as such. We don't have a platform for that. As of now, you can just DM us, but we'll be looking soon to do something about it.
Okay. I think that's about it. Yeah.
Aryan, can I just continue with what Samyukta was saying? Can I just take 2 minutes?
Please, yes.
Yeah. So, Samyukta, what you said was perfectly right. So, guys who want to join as a team, if you have an idea and want to proceed on that, progress on that, just reach out to the ESL, like they said. And there are lots of opportunities in PES. Take a step at a time, get proper feedback and mentoring from ESL, and then we can progress it from there. Don't worry, absolutely all ideas are welcome, and we would love you guys to grow. And as I'm talking already, I just want to tell you that amazing, awesome responses to all the questions. Guys, you're doing a wonderful job. Keep it up.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Okay, I think we'll take the remaining questions on Instagram. We'll put up a story sticker, and you guys can feel free to DM us or mail us as well.
Okay. Yeah. So I'll be putting the ESL email ID in the comment section, and any more questions you guys can email us, or again our Instagram DMs are always open. So any closing statement, guys? Oh, I think there's one last question here. Is it very time consuming considering the hectic schedule of exams and extracurricular activities? I think we'll end with that.
We are all students, so we all have exams and extracurricular activities. But so we know how much time you guys can dedicate to it, and we make sure not to go overboard with it. So don't worry.
Yeah, and one thing that we teach you here is time management. So we'll be covering that up as well. So you don't have to bother about that.
Okay. Thank you so much, guys, for joining with us.
30. Perfect.
Yeah, thanks a lot for joining the orientation. I must say that the comment section has been very, very positive. So thanks a lot for your feedback, guys. I will be putting the ESL email ID in the chat. So any further questions or any queries you have, you guys can email us. So yeah.
Just put the link to the Instagram page also, no? Just in case they're already not following us.
Okay, yeah, I shall do that.
Yeah. 7:30. Let's close.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Any closing statement, guys?
Thanks a lot for showing up, guys. We really appreciate the amount of activity we had on chat today. So thank you for coming, and we wish you all the best for your recruitments.
I shall just share the Instagram page and all right. So I think I'm going to end the stream now. Thanks a lot for joining, guys. Thanks again. And we hope that most of your questions about recruitments and ESL has been taken care of. So again, thanks a lot for joining and good night.